As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
The Hilton sale is on. Now through September 29th, you can save up to 20% on stays this fall and beyond. Long weekends, last-minute getaways, holiday gatherings. There's a Hilton stay for all of them. More moments, more experiences, more destinations. Now 20% off for a limited time because it matters where you stay. Don't wait. Book by September 29th and save up to 20% at Hilton.com. Terms apply. Hilton for the stay.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you.
Ooh.
Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
Welcome to the Uptown Parlay Podcast. We got Ace and Malik for the Monday Overreaction Pod.
I like that. I like the term overreaction, because it's definitely what a lot of people have been doing.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to a lot of network shows.
The Bears are going to the Super Bowl now. I don't know if you know. Our quarterback threw 4 touchdowns in one game.
You know,
so now we're going to chase down Green Bay because they lost to the worst team in the AFC North. So we just got to get them on the road.
It's funny because like when we recorded on Thursday, those two games, if we started on those two games, right? I got the first one was what I mentioned. Green Bay, they played their first two games at home. They had the momentum. They had all the good vibes going with the Micah trade and everything happening with them at home and everything, and the primetime game on Thursday night, everything. And I was like, I wish that they got tested on the road. Like I picked the Packers to win the game because I was like, their first road game, and they're not even going to get tested by a team. And lo and behold, look at this.
Cleveland to cover, though. Because 8.5 points was crazy to me. And I was like, nah, their defense is too good.
But they were up 10-0 the whole damn game until the fourth quarter. It was 10-0.
And all Cleveland had to do was kick a field goal, and that's what I thought was going to happen. I said they're going to win this game up 10-3, and then no.
It was ridiculous. I mean, Jordan Love throwing an interception with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and then that leading to the touchdown. That was just ridiculous. But and then with your Bears, like I was saying before, I was like, I don't know why. I don't know why, it just completely left my mind that Dallas gave up 40 points to the Giants or 37 points to the Giants a week prior. It just completely left my mind. And
at
I thought to myself,
at home, mind you.
And so as the game was unfolding, and I wasn't watching because I was out and about, but I was, watching the score, and I was like, why didn't I expect this? Why didn't I expect Dallas to just go on the road and lay an egg defensively and not be able to do anything? And then when I watched the replay, my God, it was like they were. I mean, I don't think. Remember, I don't think in college. Those are like college. They were college open. The Bears receivers were college open. They were wide open without anybody within 10, 15 feet of them. And there was
Caleb Williams has a really good arm, but he only had to make 5 to 6 NFL completions where he threw guys open.
Right. It was insane.
which is crazy.
So, and then CD gets hurt, and that completely throws off
Yeah.
Dallas's offense. So, it's just a ridiculous week for both these teams, right?
And Dak throws 3 picks.
And nobody's talking about that, by the way.
No.
Nobody's talking about Dak throwing 3 picks. The conversation is about Caleb and about Dallas's defense, but not about Dak throwing 3 picks. But, clearly the conversation is about also CD being out and what that means for that offense, because that offense is built so much off of what CD can do. So,
yeah,
crazy week, man.
But you wanted to talk about Philadelphia and how Jordan Davis apparently works for the sports books.
He apparently does. He apparently does. Okay, either him or the kicker for the Rams, right? One of those two. Because
or the long snapper who said, "I'm not going to block nobody."
Like somebody. So Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, both Georgia Bulldogs, both really good players, really solid guys in the middle interior, whatever. They get the first block earlier in the fourth quarter, and I think to myself, all right, there's no way they blocked the second one. Like in just success, like whatever you do, you go back and you look at the film, right? And you determine what the hell happened the first time, and you prevent that from happening the second time. If they're going to get a block on the second one, let it be somebody coming from the outside. Make sure it's not those two guys. I don't give a damn if you need to cut block them, take out knees, whatever you got to do. But you make sure those guys don't get it. But it wasn't even just that, bro. We're a betting podcast, right?
Yeah.
And,
the only thing that could steal the
only way they could cover that is if they block the kick and return it for a touchdown. That's the only way Philadelphia gets the cover. Yeah. This is a 60-minute football game. This is a 59-minute and 57-second Ram cover.
They're covering the entire time.
For the whole game, they're covering.
Yeah.
And that one play breaks it down. So, man, Vegas, you know what? Congratulations. You beat me. Because my other 2 games I hit on Seattle and I hit on the Chiefs.
Yeah. But and what San Francisco, what old McCorkle Jones had to do to me to make sure that I didn't cover that? They were -1.5. Guess how much they won by? 1. Because he took a safety. In the last 2.5 minutes of the game. And then they were like, oh, at least I'll get the satisfaction of watching them lose. No. Because they drive back down somehow on some miraculous thing, get them into a 43-yard field goal, and then they make the kick. So somehow they were just like, nah, we can't let people make money off of this. We have to get down by 1.
Right.
Get down by 2 just so we can get up by 1. I was like, come on, man. Like then they gave up a touchdown at the very end of the game. And I'm like, it's just getting worse and worse. But now Nick Bosa's hurt. He's out for the year.
He's out for the year, ACL, yeah. And
but they're 3-0. Or they're 2-0?
3-0.
2-0. 3-0. But they haven't played. Yeah, they haven't played the whole division yet.
No, they haven't played the Rams yet. They play Seattle and Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
But man,
Arizona looks. Yeah.
What was the craziest game for you? Well, the craziest result for you?
For me, it was just watching him take that safety because he didn't get tackled. It was
I just mean across the whole. Across the whole week. Across the whole week, like the craziest.
Legitimately, it was the Eagles game because the Eagles had no business winning that game. They were down 26 points. I was like, oh, Malik's going to win this bet. Okay, good. And I trailed it with you, and I was like, all right. They were up 20, Malik. They were up 26 points. Hey. Not only did I not think Philly could win, I didn't think that they could cover. And then on top of that, the Jets backdoor covered for me because the only way for them to cover, well, actually, they were covering, right? So let's say they don't block that kick, or let's say they don't return it. Right. If they just block the kick and it ends up in the middle of the field and they go down and kick a field goal and don't score, they were down by 6 points right there. They were getting 6.
Right.
So right there was going to be a push. So whatever, I get my money back, or it was just what my pick doesn't count for everybody. They go up because of that. The Jets cover. So because of that, I think I won every single best bet this week, which is insane.
But
every team's defense I was counting on to be bad. No, because I didn't play. I just bet on the Chicago straight up. So I bet on money line because they were like plus 130 or something at one point. So that worked out. But San Francisco is just yeah, but it was the Jets because no, I didn't expect that to happen. And once again, the guy just blew up the he blew up the guy right directly next to the long snapper, which I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah,
Like special teams are supposed to block the guys in the middle. If you get someone on the edge, I get it. But
I'll tell
also,
you. Well, go ahead.
I've never seen this many block kicks, but apparently this has happened before. We just don't remember.
Yeah, I mean the block kicks were crazy because even if I never count field goals as like gimmies because I feel like I've seen a lot more misses in over the last few
Yeah,
years than usual.
yeah.
I've also seen a lot more attempts from 50, 60 yards than usual too, but to go along with that. But I think for me, man, the first game that after watching, the games that I watched or whatever, the first game that I put on replay just because I couldn't believe the score and the outcome was Panthers Falcons. Like, I don't know that I expected the Panthers to. I know I didn't expect the Panthers to win. I picked the Falcons to win the game, but I don't know that I expected. I didn't expect the Falcons to completely lay the egg. You know what I mean? Like to completely just do nothing and score nothing and score 0 points the entire game. It was insane. And the funny thing is, like when you watch the game, statistically speaking, the Falcons didn't do so bad statistically. Bijan had a decent game. Drake London had a decent game. They just didn't score any points. It
They
was
never
just the
got
way this
into the
game.
end zone.
They just never got
And
into the end zone, and they missed the kick. They missed a 50-something yard kick, in the beginning of the game, so they never really got off the slot. And then Carolina just
yeah,
kept scoring on. Carolina ended up with 30, but it didn't feel like a.
they should have won that game 30 to like 14.
Yeah, it didn't. It
Them
didn't
posting a
feel like
shutout is kind of an upset.
it's ridiculous. Nobody bets on that. You know what I mean? Like nobody bets on a freaking Carolina upset. If you would have took the Carolina on the money line, you probably made some pretty good money because they
Weren't they plus 4.5 or something?
Yeah, they were 4.5 point dogs at home. Yeah, well,
So
three
I
and a
had
half
them
to
at
four.
4.5.
Yeah, so if you had a pretty good pretty good day if you got a chance to bet them. But I mean, all in all, man, it was a good week 3, exciting week 3. And getting ready to watch this Lions Ravens game, seeing where my team ends up. But overall, I don't think anything was figured out, right? I mean, we know the Packers are going to be good. They play Dallas next week, so they're probably going to smoke them.
Yeah,
But
Are they playing in Dallas?
in Dallas, yeah, it's in Dallas.
Okay, that may add some pressure.
Yeah.
CD may not be out next week. I don't know if the ankle injury is going to keep him out that long.
Yeah. But
And your offensive line didn't give up too many pressure to us. Like we only got 1 sack or 2 sacks the whole game.
that you guys got. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the Bears,
the problem hasn't been their offense, so to speak. The problem is they can't stop anybody on the other side.
And also, you know what I would say is interesting? Russell Wilson with the boom ball, as we kept talking about the Sunday before.
Yeah.
That is their play. And he's going to get Malik Neighbors is going to end up the season either with a broken rib or a collapsed lung or something. Because every time he goes up for one of them passes, it's either the ball or near injury.
Somebody made a really good observation today about it's with Russell Wilson, and I noticed it during the game, but I didn't speak it. When I saw it, he's either a check down, like a dump off, or a moon ball. He throws nothing in between there. He throws no 10-yard, out
no
routes,
intermediate,
no slants, nothing intermediate. It's either a dump down, or he's going way over the top. Like that's it. So,
yeah.
and they were
he's
like,
the
that's
James
just
Harden
so
of quarterbacks. It's either a
they were just
layup
like,
or
that's
it's
just
three.
so easy. Yeah, he said that's just so easy to defend. It's easy to defend. It's simple to stop. And yeah, if they're not going to go to Jackson Dart, next week, I feel like the Jameis Winston, situation is should be soon to come. Because
why do we think Dart can do better though? And also, Russ is getting a lot of pressure. So, do you really want to do that to Dart?
Well, I don't know if we think Dart can do better, but he can't do worse. Is probably the point. The Giants are 0-3, right? You're not winning.
Hold on, they put up 40 points or 35 points on the Cowboys and still managed to lose.
Who we still believe is probably one of the three worst defenses in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not to say that.
Oh,
at 0-3, your season's over.
Minnesota, I take that back. Minnesota destroying the Bengals is more surprising. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they were on them so fast, and it was over by the second quarter. I didn't even pay attention to them. It just kept coming up on red zone. I was like, another touchdown, another touchdown, another touchdown. I was like, all right, well, they cooked.
I mean, to some degree, so I picked that to some degree. I think, one of the things that, people, they talked about it from the standpoint of Joe Burrow, but they didn't really speak on it in terms of Browning. Joe Burrow, one of the things that he's known for is like standing in the pocket and trying to deliver the ball downfield to his receivers, right? And so, that obviously, puts him in harm's way to get hit up or whatever. But it's also could be potentially lucrative for them because they're able to, because they've got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, right? Well, the thing about it is that's the nature of the Bengals offense in general. It's not like things were going to change up much with Jake Browning in there. They were going to do the same things that they did with Joe Burrow in there. The difference is Jake Browning ain't Joe Burrow. So those issues, those big time plays, the wins that you could get when you had Joe Burrow, you can't get those now when you have Jake Browning. And those turned into turnovers and mistakes, and those things turned into Minnesota scores because Minnesota's offense didn't really do much.
No, he threw. I had to check back. He threw 2 touchdown passes, Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
and he made very little mistakes.
Yeah,
he completed 70% of the passes he threw.
Yeah, I think he threw for like 160 something yards, like 170 something yards.
But he didn't need to do anything. So, like, what do you ask the offense to do when you don't? When your defense gives you a 14-point lead?
Exactly.
What do we got to do? Just run down the clock? All right,
just run the ball and don't give it back to them. So yeah, I definitely. I remember specifically picking that game and picking the Vikings in that game just because I said I would lean on the better coach, and I believe that O'Connell was the better coach in the situation, and I believe that Wentz was the better option at quarterback over Browning, and so
I thought Wentz would be terrible, and I just assumed that as long as Cincinnati doesn't make a bunch of mistakes, which they did, the game will be close. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Even if you take away the 2 defensive touchdowns, it's still not that close. They still cover. So, But I don't know what Cincinnati does. I don't know if they make a trade or what, but something's going to happen. And if San Francisco wants to win, they're going to have to sign the old mercenary defensive end himself. What's that guy from South Carolina? I keep forgetting his name, but every year he signs with some team around week 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, you're talking about Jadeveon?
Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney. He's going to get his 10, 12 sacks every year. He's going to do it.
Look, I mean,
they need some pressure on the outside. It's like, hey, baby, that's what I do.
Hey, depending on what goes on tonight, the Lions may be calling for one too, because Marcus Davenport, I just found out he might be put on IR. So so
many injuries so early.
Crazy, not surprising. Not surprising.
It is to me with all these ACLs because like they rested guys to make sure that they were ready for week, and it's like week 3, and now everybody's getting hurt. But the Bears and the Chiefs have the same record. I just want to point that out.
Absolutely, and I, venture to say the Chiefs don't look great. The Bears, I want to give Caleb his flowers. I want to give Caleb his credit. He has looked very good in moments, and against a really bad defense, he looked great for a whole game, and that was really positive, a really positive sign for him. In the first 2 games, I thought, I even said it, even against us, I thought he was great for them first 15 plays. Everything that was scripted, he ran well, and it just got away from him towards the end. But I feel like you guys are much further along. Congratulations to Ben Johnson for getting his first win of his NFL head coaching career, and congratulations to the Bears for taking down the Cowboys. And now hopefully we don't have to hear about Jerry Jones talking about playoffs, a Super Bowl, anything like that because the team's horrible.
Are they as bad as the Giants now? Oh wait, no, they're 1-2. So
They're
yeah,
1-2.
there
The
we
Giants
go.
are 0-3. I look.
They can
I
make the
believe that the
playoffs.
Giants. I believe that the Giants. I liked what I saw. Even just thinking about last night, I liked what I saw from the Giants defense. I think the Giants defense played well against KC. For the most part last night. KC didn't look explosive. They didn't make a lot of big explosive plays in their passing game. Their run game wasn't great. But and then of course, the Giants always have the try hard guy. First it was Tommy DeVito, and now it's Cam Scatterbo. Even though Scatterbo is good, I'm not saying that he's a bad guy. He's a bad player, but he's the try hard. Everybody loves him. So he was the one that was getting the crowd hyped up.
Him and Tracy are the same size, like listed wise at least. I don't know if they actually are, but
he looks bigger.
They're both
Cam
listed
looks
at
bigger.
215, so I don't know how to read. He's listed at 215. Tracy's listed at 210. They're both listed at 5'11. So that
Cam
seems
right.
right.
And Tracy
I saw him standing next to a whole line. Oh, so then it's his job. I'm glad I drafted him.
Tracy got hurt. He hurt his shoulder last night, so he had to come out of the game. I think in the second quarter, and then it was Scatterbo and Devin Singletary for the remainder of the game. So we'll see what happens there in terms of his availability going forward.
Hopefully, they can hold it down until Rashee Rice gets back and Kansas City's not completely out of it because the Chargers look to take that division, which is crazy. But I did pick it at the beginning of the year, so I hope y'all listen to me.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty much going to be, I mean, obviously the Chiefs will have something to say about it, but Denver looks a little shaky and the Raiders look like the Raiders. So, I know it's early, but things are kind of shaping up the way most people expected. So,
all right,
we'll see.
We're gonna end this overreaction here, and the Eagles must have a lucky rabbit's foot, or I don't know, a monkey's paw that they keep making wishes on because they've won 19 games in a row.
Yeah.
19 straight wins.
Next week they play Tampa. Next week I think they go to Tampa next week. So we'll see if that travels with them, if that luck travels with them, because Tampa's a tough one. So we'll see how that goes.
If Tampa can't run the ball and Mike Evans does not look likely to play next week, we'll see.
Yeah.
The best thing the Eagles have going for them is they have one of the younger defenses in the league. Even though they're young, they still have experience on that defense.
That's true. That's true. That is true. We'll see.
We are out.
All right. Peace. Till next time. See y'all Thursday for Week 4 picks. Peace out.